AITA for walking out on my birthday dinner when my girlfriend made it all about her. I'm 25M, recently had my birthday, and I don't usually do anything extravagant for it. I'm a pretty low-key guy, and I'm not into big parties or celebrations. But this year, some of my friends happened to be in town, and my girlfriend, 23F, suggested she could plan something for me. I honestly thought it was sweet, and I was really looking forward to it. She said she was going to organize a dinner in a nice place I've been wanting to try, and I was genuinely excited. She seemed really into it, and said she had a surprise plan for the night, so I had no reason to suspect anything was off. Everything seemed great, at least at first. Now, I'm not a fan of surprises. I'm not the guy who loves being the center of attention, but I was happy that she was taking the lead and planning it out. She's always been super thoughtful, so I figured she would make it something nice for me. But when I showed up, I was in for a bit of a shock. The surprise she had planned was, to put it lightly, a bit of a disaster. When I walked in, I realized the reservation wasn't just for me, my girlfriend, and a couple of close friends. It was a full-blown party. There were 6 of her friends there, and to be honest, I barely knew any of them. One of her friends, in particular, I actually don't like. She used to hit on me when my girlfriend and I first started dating, and that caused some tension. My girlfriend always brushed it off back then, saying I was being paranoid, but it didn't sit well with me. I'm usually not the kind of person to stir the pot or cause a scene, so I try my best to let it slide. I thought, all right, I'll just relax and enjoy the night, even if it's not exactly what I had in mind. But as the evening progressed, I started to feel more and more like I was just an afterthought. We were seated at a large table, and guess what? I wasn't even sitting next to my girlfriend. I was placed at the far end of the table next to 2 people I didn't even know. It was awkward as hell. Meanwhile, my girlfriend was having a blast talking to her friends, completely ignoring me. She wasn't even paying attention to what was going on with me. To make matters worse, when the food came, the conversation wasn't about my birthday at all. Instead, it was all about her, about how she planned the event, how hard she worked on it, and how much she deserved to be praised for her efforts. And I get it, she worked hard, but the whole point was to celebrate me, right? Well, that's not how it went. The best friend of my girlfriend stood up and gave a speech about how much my girlfriend deserved all the happiness in the world and how proud they all were of her. Again, nothing about my birthday. Not even a quick happy birthday or a toast. I honestly felt like I was invisible. By this point, I was starting to get pretty upset. I had been sitting there for over an hour, just listening to them talk about her. No one even acknowledged that it was my birthday. No happy birthday, no cake, no one even checked in to see how I was doing. It was just all about her. At one point, I even tried to speak up and mention how it was my birthday, but it felt like no one really cared. They just brushed it off and went back to their own conversation. I tried to stay calm and keep my cool, but honestly, I was feeling pretty crushed. This was supposed to be my night, my celebration, but it felt like I was an extra in a movie I wasn't even part of. Eventually, I had enough. I couldn't take it anymore. I quietly got up from my seat, paid for my portion of the meal, and told my girlfriend I wasn't feeling well. I didn't want to cause a scene, so I just left. I didn't yell, I didn't make a dramatic exit. I just slipped out the door. I don't know if it was the right call, but I was honestly so hurt and disappointed by how the evening turned out that I just had to leave. My friends have been excited for me to have a good time, and instead, I spent the entire evening feeling like I was irrelevant. The next day, my girlfriend texted me, and to be honest, I was really hoping she'd understand why I was upset. I expected some sort of apology, or at least some acknowledgement of how her actions made me feel. But no, she texted me saying I had embarrassed her in front of her friends and ruined the night. She said I was ungrateful for not appreciating all the effort she put into planning everything. She told me I should be thankful she even bothered to organize something for me at all. A few of her friends also messaged me, telling me I was being immature and that it wasn't that deep. They said I should just get over it and stop making a big deal out of it. But here's the thing, it was a big deal to me. I don't care about grand gestures or anything, but I do care about being acknowledged. It was my birthday, and I felt completely overlooked. My girlfriend completely missed the point of the dinner. It wasn't about her or her friends. It was supposed to be about me, and that's how I felt. Not even a simple happy birthday or a toast to me, just constant talk about her. I honestly don't know how anyone could think that was okay. We ended up having a conversation a couple of days later, and it didn't go well. She doubled down and told me the dinner wasn't just about me. She said it was a chance to celebrate us and her hard work planning it. She also admitted she didn't invite my friends because they wouldn't vibe with her circle. And you know what? That stung. It hurt a lot to hear that she didn't even think about my friends when she planned this. Still, there was no apology, no acknowledgement of how I felt, just her saying I was being dramatic and should be thankful she even organized anything. I don't know about you, but that didn't sit well with me. At that point, I realized that this wasn't the kind of relationship I wanted to be in. She was so caught up in herself that she couldn't see how she hurt me, even when I explained it to her. So, I broke up with her. I didn't want to, but I knew I had to. I deserve someone who values me and my feelings, not someone who turns my special day into their personal celebration. I genuinely feel like I was in the right here. My birthday wasn't about her, it was about me. I didn't get that at all. But now a lot of her friends are telling me I'm the one who overreacted. So, I'm genuinely wondering, AITA for walking out of my own birthday dinner?